What is happening, you guys? How's everybody doing? As you are popped on, just definitely let me know what you're doing in the comments. I love it when you guys hang out with me. It looks like Pink Zebra Home is already up in here. We are getting everything linked up and then some. So let me know where you're tuning in from. I got so many exciting things to share with you guys today. So many. Hi, Julie. Thank you, April, for the follow. Thank you. As always, if you are new to us, you're from Texas, what part? Let us know. Hashtag newbie. I'm Beth Hanner, and I'm live every single day, Monday through Friday, right here in the PZTV studio. And today, we're going to talk about all things bourbon whiskey. That's kind of like our behind the scent and then some. So today I've got some new recipes. The new Vault Show is Thursday. I've got some new recipes that I didn't share with you yesterday that we're going to go through and then some. But a lot of the things are happening, man. I came into work this morning and kind of got busy, started on some of these recipes. I think I got nine recipes, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 9. I got 9 recipes for you today. Started working on those, and then I noticed something super exciting launched at 10 a.m. So we're going to talk about that today too. So I have 4 bags of sprinkles here in front of me that we're also going to talk about as well. That's one of the bundles that we've got going on. Hey, it smells great up in there, amber and oak. Oh my gosh, are you loving it? I'm looking over on the Facebook right now. We are across all platforms. So if you are not following us across all social media platforms, definitely give us a follow. So right now I have Facebook up. So if you're here and watching from Facebook, I can see your comments. If you're watching from pinkzebrahome.com, I can also see your comments there. And I can see your comments if you're on the TikTok. Yes. So Thursday is the Vault Show, but we got things to talk about and hash out way before Thursday. So we're going to definitely do that. Hey, Colleen. Hi, Shelly. Loving the new scents. Yay, Teresa. It needs to be signature. You think so, huh? All right, hold tight just a second. I think, I don't disagree. I think it's pretty good too. Yeah, I love it. We're talking about amber and oak. That was definitely, hey, Marie, one of my absolute favorites from this new line that launched last Tuesday, and it's absolutely fantastic. It smells so good. Hi, Savannah. How's everybody doing today? Good to see y'all. Teresa 100% agrees. I know. It does smell really good. So we're talking, like I said, we're talking about bourbon. We're talking about whiskey. We're going to talk about whatever else we want to talk about. So if you guys have questions, drop those down in the comments as always. I love hearing from you. Hi, Connie. How are you? Good to see you. Hi, CJ. How are you? Good to see everybody. Oh, Taylor, I see you. I see your comment. Maybe Wednesday. Maybe tomorrow, Taylor. All right. So let's talk about the fact that we actually have something that's really hot right now that actually launched. Before we dive into these bourbon mixes or bourbon fragrances, I want to share with you guys that here at Pink Zebra Home, we do this quite often where we do what's called a mystery box. And so yesterday, some of those mystery boxes were actually available to the consultants, and today, as of 10 a.m. this morning, they launched those available to all, and there are 3 of them. So if you're watching from pinkzebrahome.com, you'll see them pinned up as you watch and shop. But I want to talk about them because they're really, really good. Now, can I tell you what's in them? No. They said, no, you can't share what's in them, but I can tell you that I have a favorite. And I will tell you my favorite. How about that? Does that sound good? Okay, so we're going to talk about mystery boxes because I want everyone to know that they are live and they're right now on the website. And it's a really good deal. So what it is, and I don't have, it's just a box. I really don't have anything to show you, but it's a box. That's how it comes to you. It's a white box. It says mystery box in the front. Okay, so just pretend that I'm holding this mystery box. And I'm going to tell you there are 3 themes. Okay, so the first theme is cabin cozy, right? Talks about snuggle up with the comforting woodsy vibes of fall. Okay, intriguing. Okay, then you have tricks and treats, playful, spooky feeling with full of surprises, mysterious seasonal scents. And last, you have pumpkin everything. okay? Pumpkin everything. So Team Pumpkin, yes, please. Your seasonal must-haves. So these mystery boxes are $40, right? So they're always, hi Mary, what's up? They're always a mystery. You don't know what you're gonna get, but let me give you guys a hint, okay? Yeah, all right? So I'm gonna tell you, I have one favorite. All right, I can't tell you what's in it, okay? Because they said no. But I can tell you that the pumpkin everything is my favorite. How about that? So if, okay, yeah, I can't share what's in them, but I can share that pumpkin everything is the one that I love the mostest. Is that fair enough? I'm going to tell you right now, it's so good. Yes. So run and get them. They are $40 retail, or not, that's what they cost. However, there's like $60+ of stuff inside them. And I have seen so many amazing things in those mystery boxes. Hi, Dee. I'm good, Christy. Good to see you. Good morning from Cali. You bought the bundle? Good. There's so many great things. So if you are thinking about it's fair, okay, see, I think we're leveling up. Yes, let me tell you, Pink Zebra Home, I'm just sharing the fact that the pumpkin everything one is the one you want, okay? Pumpkin, they're all good. They're all good, but I mean, you guys know I love pumpkin everything. So pumpkin everything it is, right? You grab two. Okay, so those are available right now. So where you go to find those, if you go to pinkzebrahome.com, you can actually search mystery boxes, but I do believe that they have them underneath a tab. I think it's underneath the fragrance tab. You'll see mystery boxes. It's its own tab, and there are 3 available, like I said. So you got Camp and Cozy, Tricks and Treats, and pumpkin everything. So go grab you up some of those. Definitely a really good deal. But you might want to wait too, because I've got other things to share with you. We introduced this yesterday, and this is a 4-bag bundle. So some of the stuff that I'm going to give you guys today, like some of the recipes and such, are utilizing this because this encompasses bourbon. Bourbon is our fragrance behind the scent this week. You ordered Scent Flirt? Ashley, that is awesome. Oh my gosh. All right, I have to talk on that too. Did you do the 6-month? I got to talk on that here in just a second because that's really important. Actually, just as equally important, but I'll talk on that in a second. Okay, 4-bag bundle. All of these fragrances I'm going to blend with because they're all bourbon based. So you'll hear me talk about this, but this is a really good deal because this comes with 4 bags at $40 when normally it'd be $44, right? So really, really good deal too. So you got Fireside Vanilla, has fragrance notes, smoky vanilla, bourbon, and woody cologne. This fragrance is definitely a must-have for your fall fragrance arsenal. Autumn Gathering, warm spice cider, cherry bourbon, and mahogany bark. Caramel bourbon brulee, rich vanilla cream, caramel praline, and bourbon woods. This smells incredible. I have a good blend with this one that I'm going to give you here in a second. And then bourbon vanilla is your warm vanilla, sweet bourbon, and oak. Right? So this, you signed up for the 6-month? Good. That's such a good deal. All right, I am going to talk about that before we start blending. All right, Pink Zebra. I don't know if I've got anyone. Is anyone new? Is anyone new that's tuned in today? You ordered? What'd you order? Anyone new? I always love to hear from my newbies. You had to jump over here and shop and watch. Okay, I love to hear from my newbies. Pink Zebra has a program that's called Scent Flirt, and it actually happens to be my favorite, and I'm going to tell you why, right? Exclusives shipped to your doorstep every single month, right? It comes in a cute little pink box, and so if you fall in love with everything that I've been talking about, like you're like, yeah, I need more of these in my life. I love it. I want all of it. Scent Flirt is definitely good. I see, Jen. Good deal. The way to go, because you get to sneak peek stuff that nobody else has seen before. It's kind of like I call it the cool kids club, so there's a huge benefit to being a part of Scent Flirt. You get to experience that. You also have exclusive shopping. So every single month we pump out some exclusive products. Let me show you one that happens to be one of my favorites. We'll probably do some blending in this. Maybe that's just what we'll do. This is just too beautiful not to share. Look at that light. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so we pump out new products every single month, exclusive to Scent Flirt members. So like this here, you would have access to purchase this beautiful simmering light. And then after you've been a part of Scent Flirt for 6 months, you get a 5% discount on all fragrance items. But I'm not done, okay? I'm not done because we have a deal going on. And I think I searched before I went live, and I think that there were only maybe 30 left of the 6-month deals. So if you join ScentFlirt today, right now on the live, I love it too, Marie. It's so beautiful. If you join it on the live, or just in general, like if you join it before the end of the day, then you're going to get a free simmer pot with a 6-month subscription. All right. So let me tell you this. So if I sign up for 6 months, I lock in that 5% discount on all fragrance items, which means I could get this 4-bag bundle for 5% off. All right. I'm sold on that. Okay. Also, and it's already a good deal. You get immediate access to the ScentFlirt exclusives, and you get that free simmer pot, which is the sand simmer pot. So it's really a great deal. So today, if you did that, you only pay $37. It's about $35 plus a little bit of tax, and you get that sand simmer pot. But you have to hurry, because that's only while supplies last. And I think there were like 20, maybe there are not very many left. I don't even know what it is now. It's not very high. So if you're thinking about it, today's your day. There's your sign, right? What is that? Who is that comedian? Jeff Foxworthy. There's your sign. This is your sign to sign up for ScentFlirt, because then you get it to all of these exclusives. You know, you get all of it's good stuff. Every single month has been, I'm telling you, they've been hitting grand slams. The stuff is so good. And I happen to know what's in the one that's getting ready to come out too. I'm really excited about that. Like really, really, really good. So definitely something to think about, and then some. So ScentFlirt is going to be sold out before too long with the sand simmer pot. The sand simmer pot, that is the one they're doing right now. All right. I think I have given you guys the things. Now I have to give you all these amazing recipes. So it's like Christmas when I get ScentFlirt. Hey, Tina. Hi, Mary. Welcome on in. Good to see you. Hi, Shirley. I'm sorry, I have to. Elka says she's loving all the fragrances. I know. Aren't they wonderful? There is nothing better than a clean, wonderful smelling home that smells like fall. Even though here it does not feel like fall. I am hoping Brandy asked the $1 million question about the wall hugs. I'm hoping like really soon. So stay tuned. I'm really hopeful that those will be like within the next couple days, right? So just hang in there. They're coming. They're definitely coming. You joined. I know, Josh. That's wonderful. I'm so happy. We have a lot of newbies up in here. A lot of new consultants. I have a big FOMO when it comes to ScentFlirt. I'm telling you, I do too. I'm like, I have to have that. You know, even working here, I get it. I have to have it because I love to experience all of it. So, all right, I'm going to give you guys some recipes that are kind of bourbon focused. I did a little bit more of the clean recipes or fresher smelling, but I did a lot of fall ones too. I did a kind of a hodgepodge of everything because I feel like tomorrow we're going to do even more blending, and we'll probably talk about the fact that we have an incredible vault show underway for Thursday. So we'll definitely talk about that tomorrow, but I got some exciting stuff up my sleeve for you tomorrow too. So let's talk a little bit about bourbon before we do our first blend. So yesterday we talked about how it's definitely in perfumery a lot. Bourbon is, in particular, more masculine fragrances, but sometimes female fragrances can have bourbon, maybe even like a unisex perfume. It definitely have bourbon. It's comforting, it's masculine, it's nostalgic, it's indulgent. The fragrance for the season definitely gives you, like, I would say, comforting flannel vibes almost. It's definitely like, think sitting by the fire and then some. I love that. If you think ScentFlirt is for someone with a nose fetish, you might be a redneck. Kaylina. I know. Jeff Foxworthy. Oh, it was Bill Enville? Am I wrong, Margot? Okay, I stand corrected. It wasn't Jeff Foxworthy. That was Bill. That was Bill that did that, not Jeff Foxworthy. Well, still another good comedian, right? Bill and Enville. Here's your sign. There you go. Okay. I had it. All right. Jeff Foxworthy is who was on my brain. Okay. So boozy notes in perfume. Obviously, bourbon is the booze. We know that. Nobody's pouring Jack Daniels into your wax melts, my friends. These scents are actually created by layering notes like ambroxan, oak, lactones, and coumarin to evoke aged barrels and spirits. Yesterday, I shared that we actually had the opportunity to go to Buffalo Trace Distillery in Louisville. and actually see how this was made, which was kind of fun, right? So, you know, you get to see like the aging process and how it all comes, and then some. But that's where that scent is inspired and comes from. And actually, the fact that I love this component, because here at Pink Zebra Home, we always talk about, you know, the fact that we have a set fragrances that are what we call headache friendly. They don't solve a headache. They don't fix a headache. They are headache friendly, which means they don't evoke a headache typically. Okay. So bourbon happens to be one of those fragrances that typically is headache friendly. So good news. It was Jeff. Was I? Okay. They're going back and forth over on Facebook to try to figure out which one, who it was that was the comedian. Hi, Deanna. How are you? Hi, Michelle. Good to see everyone. All right. So think headache friendly with these bourbon fragrances, and some of them that I'm going to give you, I would say this first one definitely would be headache friendly. You do want to be mindful of what it is, because if I give you a mix in that's not headache friendly, then that wouldn't make the recipe headache friendly. Just something to think about. Yep. They did a tour together. They did. I know. I forgot about that. That was so fun, wasn't it? Definitely. You might be a redneck. They're talking about the difference. That was Jeff Fogsworthy. Yeah, Bill Enville was here's your sign. Okay. All right. Sorry, I digress. All right, let's talk a little bit more about bourbon. Studies show that cozy, sweet spice scents can actually decrease your stress levels. See, there we go. All right, we just need to stop educating. That's what we need, is we all need to smell bourbon to decrease the stress, right? All right, I'm going to give you guys cheers to fall. We're going to start blending. If you have questions, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. I love to talk about fragrance. This is what I do. So if you are new, again, drop that down in the comments too. So first up, cheers to fall. And I am going to blend with Caramel Bourbon Brulee. This is one of the 4 bags in the 4-bag bundle. That's a steal, y'all. Make sure that you grab that up. And then we're gonna grab up some Bourbon Vanilla, second fragrance. So 2 strong bourbon fragrances. And then the third fragrance that I'm gonna grab it's actually another bourbon fragrance, is Pumpkin and Bourbon Cream. All right, so this is actually in a carton, right? So both of these are in the 4-bag bundle. So if I wanted to make this recipe, I just have to add pumpkin and bourbon cream. This is a really nice fragrance, by the way. And this first blend that I'm going to give you, I actually made, and I put it on my desk with good intentions, but it might have to come home to go to my warmers. Definitely. It's pumpkin and bourbon cream. So bourbon, vanilla, caramelized brown sugar, and maple whiskey. That's your first fragrance. Then we have, of course, the Caramel Bourbon Brulee. Hi, Lisa. Good to have you today. I love it when I get new people up in here. Welcome. Hi, Kat. I'm good, Paul. How are you? Caramel Bourbon Brulee has your vanilla cream, your caramel praline, and your bourbon woods. And then we also have some bourbon vanilla. So we're going to mix the 3 of these together, and I'm calling this Cheers to Fall. I don't really think I did bad with naming that one. I feel like that's okay. Like, I can roll with that. No boards today. I'll definitely have a board for you on Thursday. So I usually do a board once a week. Next week, we do not have the Vault show or a primetime show. So I'll probably do a board next week just because. So look for one probably Monday as well. So you'll actually have one soon, 2 like kind of back to back. What's the first scent? No worries. So this is, so there's 3 fragrances in here. Pumpkin and bourbon cream. Okay. Bourbon vanilla, which is this one. And then caramel bourbon brulee. So the 3 of these combined, and this makes Cheers to Fall. Really pretty blend. I loved, yeah. And I think, okay, so what I love about this fragrance is this pumpkin and bourbon cream is really what I'm pulling the most. And I really think it's that third fragrance note, which actually is kind of part of the behind the scent, which is the maple whiskey that's real pretty in this. I just think that it actually all ties in really, really good together. The bourbon vanilla that's in it too is really pretty. This is a nice overall fall fragrance. If you're somebody that just likes a good fall scent, this would be right up your alley. Hi, Victoria. How are you today? You guys doing good? So you guys are you're starting to get some of those fragrances that launched in a week ago, right? I mean, what are your favorites so far? What are you loving? Because I have a whole blending board. We could also go do some of those maybe tomorrow too. What are you guys loving the most? That's insane. I love that. That's a good one. All right, cheers to fall. So you got 3 fragrances in this one. Bourbon Vanilla is your first fragrance. That's this one. And then, like I said, the Pumpkin and Bourbon Cream. And then this Caramel Bourbon Brulee. So definitely. You had to get Cabin Cozy Mystery Box. They're so good. They're so, those mystery boxes are fantastic. Yes, Pink Fever Home has got me covered. This is Cheers to Fall, first fragrance. Pumpkin and Bourbon Cream, Bourbon Vanilla, and Caramel Bourbon Brulee. Okay, so you could have a chance at this bag if you place an order today. I'm dropping orders in packages like it's my job. That's what we're doing today. All right, we're gonna move on. I'm gonna give you guys, this is next recipe that I'm gonna give you. Like I said, there's a few that are in here that are non-bourbon recipes that are just some nice fall fragrances. I thought that you guys would appreciate some of that too, so I did a little bit of everything. This one I had fun with. This is the Headless Horseman. Okay? How about that? Okay. Right? So I pulled this one out of the old fragrance arsenal, right? So we're going to pull out, probably everybody needs this in their house. This is a wonderful fragrance for fall. Farmhouse Cider. Absolutely wonderful. Amber and Oak was a huge hit. It's good, isn't it? It's such a beautiful fragrance. I love that one so much. All right, Farmhouse Cider, Farmhouse Pumpkin, and then last but not least, we're gonna come in with this one. This is gonna be a good strong fragrance. If you're somebody that likes, a good, strong fragrance, this is gonna be right up your alley. All right, I wanna point out too that every time we are actually adding our sprinkles to a warmer, so let's just do this. I wanna give you guys a good visual. You're always wanting to make sure that you add 3 scoops. That's very important because that's how we test our sprinkles here and our fragrances when they come through the testing process. Is they are tested, it is 3 scoops or the equivalent of 1 ounce per warmer. That's your minimum suggested use. This is a really pretty recipe. So I'm gonna just show you, this is gonna be equal parts. Hello, Robin, how are ya? We're gonna do equal parts of each fragrance. So first up is Farmhouse Pumpkin. And this is I talked about this one last week a lot. I love this pumpkin because this is like a pure pumpkin. So you have spiced orange, pumpkin, and zesty vanilla, right? We're gonna leave that one out. Rustling Leaves is my next one. I'm calling this the Headless Horseman. How about that? Fun, huh? I thought so too. Rustling Leaves, 1 scoop of that. And then last but not least is your Farmhouse Cider. So we're going to throw in 1 scoop of that. So that is called your Headless Horseman. This has got a little bit of everything going on. This is kind of like, you got cider, you got pumpkins, and then you've got a little bit of the freshness of the leaves. That's perfection right there. So this is a must make, must make. Yes. Hi, Jacqueline. How are you? Headless Horseman, Farmhouse Cider, Farmhouse Pumpkin, and Rustling Leaves. You love a Sleepy Hollow? Yeah, well, definitely this is one for you then. This is a good recipe. Like I said, it's got that perfect fall smell, all the fall feels, and then some. So, Farmhouse Cider, I tell you, especially this time of year, this is just like when I smell this fragrance, it is just fall, and it wraps everything and then some in fall. So good. All right, so we got Farmhouse Cider, Rustling Leaves, and Farmhouse Pumpkin. Farmhouse Pumpkin is definitely one, though, that you can take. Last week we talked spicy pumpkin, and you could go so many different ways with it. That's what I love about it. Hi, Rosalind. How are you? How are you guys today? Good to see everyone. All right. Oh, they're still talking about Bill and Jeff Foxworthy over on the Facebook. Ooh, wait, that's good. That's so good. I love this recipe. I forgot this was so awesome. All right, so this is just a traditional fall blend. I just wanted you guys to have a little bit of everything. When I come on and blend, I typically do your bourbon, whatever the behind the scent is. But it was too good to not give you this Headless Horseman. So definitely a good one. All right. So make this one if you can. Everything that I'm talking about and then some is actually pinned up if you're watching over from pinkzebrahome.com. Log into your account and then you'll be able to shop and watch and shop and so forth. Connect with your consultant. If you don't have one, I'd encourage you to find one. You can actually do a search on the website and link up to them. I love our consultants. So huge shout out to that group of people if you are in that category. I love you. Okay. And then some. So definitely, if you are looking to order, that is the way to go. Okay. So this is the Headless Horseman, right? Farmhouse cider, farmhouse pumpkin, and rustling leaves. Ah, thank you. Thank you. You guys are so cool. I love it. All right. Yeah. Make this one and then thank me later. Or maybe you'll get lucky and you'll get this in your package. Maybe that's what's going to happen. I don't know. Somebody's going to get another package. All right, let's move on. I got another bourbon. Oh, okay. I stepped up my name game here with this next one. It's fun. All right, so I'm going to pull out bourbon vanilla. I know I have a carton of it. It's way easier for me to blend in the carton, so I am going to pull this in. Trust me when I tell you that if you've seen this in person, this is probably one of the prettiest simmering lights. You got to be in the cool kids club, right, to get it. You have to be a Scent Flirt member. But I'm definitely going to have this in my home soon, if really soon. Maybe even that one. Maybe I will. So definitely get it. Yeah, we're working on the wall hug. So definitely you will hear me loud, and I promise you, because that is my favorite product. You will hear me very loudly suggest when they're available and stocked. Hey, Karen, what's up? All right, so I grabbed up bourbon vanilla. Bourbon vanilla is one of the bags in the 4-bag bundle. Okay, so I'm gonna actually show you. So I had that 4-bag bundle I was talking about at the very beginning. 4 bourbon-based fragrances, all very, very good. So if you're looking for a good deal, that is only $40. So, honestly, what I would do, and I'm gonna tell you a secret. That pumpkin mystery box is good. Okay. Go get you one. Trust me, you'll thank me. Trust me, it's good. They're all good. Okay, I need to give equal love. They're all good. That one's just my favorite. All right, so bourbon vanilla, first fragrance. Everything autumn. Okay, fun fact about that one. That was a paisley pick, and then we're gonna pull in some fireside vanilla, and as was fireside vanilla. Here at Pink Zebra Home, we have what we call a paisley pick that comes out every single month. It's an exclusive scent. You can only get it for that month. And both Everything Autumn, this orange fragrance that is right here, okay? Everything Autumn and Fireside Vanilla were both paisley picks. And they were so popular that they had to make it into the line. All right, so this one, I'm going to crack myself up. This is Oh My Gourd. You need to hear it again. It's Oh My Gourd. Gourd. Oh My Gourd. Oh My Gourd. Okay. So first fragrance is bourbon vanilla. Then we're going to come in with some Everything Autumn. And then last but not least, we're going to come in with this Fireside Vanilla. So the Fireside Vanilla and the bourbon vanilla are both part of the 4-bag bundle. Okay. So definitely go over and grab it up. Okay, I thought it was good. Yes. Oh My Gourd is the name of this one. And trust me. Okay, so this is going to have this is like a strong bourbon fragrance with a touch of fall is kind of how I would describe this, because that Everything Autumn has pumpkins and pears. It's apple, pumpkin, and spiced pear mixed in with a little bit. My names are off the chart. I know, I stepped it up. I did. Definitely. Yes, make it. Well, I raised my level. I did. I can blend them. But if you're new to me, just know, so you know, they're cracking up because naming them is not my forte. But Oh My Gourd. Okay, so we're going to come in with bourbon vanilla. And then Everything Autumn. And then this last one is the Fireside Vanilla. Okay. You bought the room spray for Everything Autumn? It is fantastic. Yeah, Everything Autumn is definitely, this is a wonderful blend. Okay, so this is definitely equal parts, all 3 of these. I'm going to tell you guys, it makes for a fun, goofy Tuesday. This is just me. This is just, this is who I am. I'm like this all the time. I, spent 10.5 years in the field prior to coming to corporate. Okay. That's what I did. I was a consultant for 10.5 years. And so I still have all of that, like all of the stuff from when I was in the field, like meeting recipes and all the things that I did. So this was actually one of those recipes. So I did a little bit of a deep dive in, because I thought, why wouldn't I be giving you guys some of this stuff, right? So I did a deep dive into my group and I found this recipe, and I also found Hello November that I gave you, I think yesterday as well. And then I found a whole bunch. Like I had there's a fall blend that was a lot of that. So you're gonna definitely get a lot more of those. That fall confetti 2.0, I'm gonna give you guys again on Friday. I know a lot of you that I'm noticing I'm in good company. Yeah, this is just who I am. I am gonna give you guys that again because that actually, I'll tell you where that came from, where that originated. So, first, the fall confetti was one that Nicole and her team did for photography. So they basically did a hodgepodge of all fall fragrances, and then they did some fun pictures with it, but stuff that's coming in from now to the end of the year. So I recreated my 2.0 that is what I did to kind of, basically give you guys something similar to that. And I used to do a blend that was kind of close to the fall confetti 2.0. I used to do it every year when I was in the field. So that's kind of what I used it as the base. But that one came out so good. I think it's better than the one that I used to make. It was just so pretty. Will someone post the blend? I did post it. I think that the fall confetti 2.0 was posted on our social media account. If not, I'm sure somebody has that handy, could probably post it. I love it. I love it that you like it, Teresa. I thought it was too. I really did too. And you know what's so funny is that it has aspen pine. It's so fun to create your own fragrance. That's what we are known, for here at Pink Zebra Home. And it has one scoop of aspen pine, because when you add a fragrance like aspen pine up to your recipes and then some, it definitely, it can overtake, right? So I've talked about that a lot. Jill, farmhouse cider, pumpkin bread, warm apple pie, and cinnamon spice. Yes, it's posted. Yes. Did you get that? Hi, Tara. How are you? Good to see you today. We're having fun. That last one was really good. All right, I'm going to give you a fresh one now. Again, some of these are bourbony. I got some winter ones on here. Ooh, I forgot. Oh, I got a really good one coming up. You guys are getting good ones today. I'm on it. All right, the next one I'm going to give you is one that has been really, really good since the fall morning came out. So this is called Touchdown Blanket. And I kind of forgot about it. And so I was kind of, sifting through some of my recipes and all of that. And I thought I need to give them this recipe again in case you didn't get it whenever I made it the last time. This is just that good. So this is for those of you that like a good, fresh fragrance, non-bourbony. You're very sweet. Thank you. Hold tight just a second. Jill, where's Jill? Jill, did you get what I said? Just making sure. All right. Fall morning. Sea salt, green apple, and willow bark. This is your first one. I call this Touchdown Blanket. This is a beautiful, beautiful recipe, or really pretty recipe. Very fresh, very pretty. So fall morning, this has just a hint of your apple fragrance in it. And then we're going to pair up two of my favorites. Luxe Comfort, which is your cashmere sandalwood sage, and then my ultimate favorite, flannel blanket. It does not get any better than flannel blanket. Luxe Comfort's a close second, I will say that. So we're going to pair up the three of these together, and this is called Touchdown Blanket. It's pretty appropriate. Cinnamon spice, apple pie, farmhouse cider, and pumpkin bread. That is a very, 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 very good blend. Yes, 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 yes. Very, 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 very good blend. So definitely. You could swap out this cinnamon for candied cinnamon apples, and that would be Fall Harvest. to give you an idea. But I like cinnamon spice, warm apple pie, farmhouse cider, and pumpkin bread. That is the best fall blend you will ever make. So good. Will I be doing a blending board today? I don't have a blending board, Tina, but I have a lot of really good recipes. If you're tuned into the Book of Faces or to the TikTok or wherever you're watching from, Pink Zebra Home is doing a wonderful job of posting. So just kind of sift through the comments and you should see them. So this has got 3 different fragrances in it. First, we're going to start off with Flannel Blanket. Then I have Fall Morning, and then I have Luxe Comfort. Is this scent strong? Which scent, Cindy? I would say, okay, this is my personal opinion. Some of you guys chime in with me. Help me out with this. I think Flannel Blanket is strong, but I don't think that it's strong in a good way. It's really pretty. It's my absolute favorite. I love it. It makes me smile. Luxe Comfort is a hair lighter because I love it too, because it has that gorgeous vanilla at the forefront. And then the Fall Morning is probably the lightest of all, I would say, but it's a fresh. You got the sea salt, the apple, and the willow bark. So the blend itself is absolutely, you got it, Tina. Yes, this blend is wonderful. So this is one that I gave you guys whenever we did PZTV back when Fall Morning or launched. So whenever that was, I want to say maybe back in August. Very pretty blend, equal parts of all. So just go around to where you get 12 scoops to a bag. Yeah, it's a smooth smell. When I say strong, like if I tell you guys that this is a strong smell, I instantly think of, sometimes I think, maybe not always, people think that's a negative thing. And I don't really think that it's a negative thing. I like a good, intense, am I a good company? You guys like, yes. You like a good, strong smell? Because, I do. So I don't think it's negative. I think it's perfection when it smells good and strong. I do. I will admit I like fragrance to really hit me. I guess it's a good thing that I work here, right? But I do. I want it to really, when I walk in my home, I want to smell it. I don't want a faint, smell. No sissy smells. I want to smell it strong, right? It's positive. Yeah, it's a positive. I guess it would depend maybe on the person too. Like if you're somebody that doesn't like intense smells, then that would kind of depend. Man, I'll tell you what, let me give that one another sniff. This is going to go in somebody's package. Do yourself a favor and write this one down for sure. This is all of these today are going to be wonderful. Trust me, I'm looking. Beautiful. So when this unfolds, what's so nice about it is amber and sandalwood go wonderful together. Amber, sandalwood, vanilla, wonderful together. You also almost always in the perfume industry, you're going to see amber, sandalwood, and vanilla. Then we're throwing you for a loop, and I paired up this Fall Morning, which has your hint of like a fresh apple. This is beautiful. Very pretty fragrance. This said fragrance reminds me, you do see apple a lot in really fine perfumes. Apple is a fragrance note, but this particular apple. There is a fragrance that I used to wear as a little girl, and that's kind of what this gives me some nostalgia with. It was called Donna Karen's Be Delicious. That particular apple, I feel like this, you can kind of compare. Not that it's not a mock, like it's not similar, but the apple that's in this gives me the same feel, which is kind of like a tart apple, which is what I love. There's no cinnamon smell, so if you're somebody that likes a fresh apple smell, definitely. What was the Pumpkin and Cozy Cabin? Pumpkin and Cozy Cabin, or Cabin Cozy, those are 3 mystery boxes that just launched on the actual website to everybody at 10 a.m. So I was talking about them because that is like $40, but you get like $60 worth of Pink Zebra. So it's really good. I loved it too. And that's what that fragrance does. Isn't it incredible how fragrances, they evoke memories. They bring back that nostalgia. You smell something. Warm apple pie does that for me. I feel like when I was little, I want to say grade school and even younger than that, home fragrance has come so far from that point. We were limited with really, a lot of the fragrances that we used in our home. We didn't have what we have now. You know, we've definitely evolved, but warm, you know, the smell of warm apple pie is definitely one of those things that, one of those fragrances that just evokes memory, right? And as a child, even, my mother always had a pie candle. She made them too, but she always had a pie candle. She always had something cinnamon spray. You know, you had air freshener sprays. You know, you had fresh rain. See, and it's like when you start experimenting though, and you start taking some of these fragrances, sky's the limit. Hey, Shannon, what's up? Oh my goodness. How are you? You've been with Pink Zebra going on 11 years, Shelly? Wow, I love that. Definitely. Yeah, all right. I got a lot of you up in here saying, yep, I like them strong. Kaylina says it's good to be strong. I had a customer with an open concept living area. Yep, definitely. It depends on where they were at. I can agree with you on that too, yeah. All right, I'm giving you guys some home runs today. Next up, I have Winter Log Cabin. I did a deep dive into my old recipe book, my old recipe arsenal. I thought, what am I doing here? I've got so many amazing things to share, so many amazing things. So why not share them with y'all? All right, Winter Log Cabin. Yes, please. This has got a little bit of a bourbon smell to it, but this is for those of you that are ready to embrace Christmas. I'm not quite ready to embrace Christmas, but I could smell Christmas. This is definitely one for you. So we're going to start off with Winter Woods. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous wintry fragrance. Aspen Pine smells like a Christmas tree. And then your Fireside Vanilla, which is part of that 4-bag bundle. All right. Let me take a second before I blend this because I've been talking a long time. And I want to see, I'm going to take a drink of water. Hold tight just a second. So we are calling this Winter Log Cabin. Who in here took my advice and bought the pumpkin everything box? Trust me, you're going to want it. I'm going to tell you right now. Go get it. Hold, please. This is water in here. Nothing else. All right. I promise you it's good. I promise you. It is my favorite. You love them strong. We like the good, strong. Yeah. All right. Winter Log Cabin. So for those of us that like a good pine tree smell, this is for you. I am one of those people. Again, though, I feel like all three of these this is gonna be an equal parts recipe too. Winter Woods is the lightest of all three of these, but I don't think that it will be overtaken. So let's just experiment a little bit. We'll do 2 scoops of Aspen, 2 scoops of Fireside Vanilla. This is a beautiful fragrance. We're gonna go 3 scoops of Winter Woods with this one and see. So you bought all 3? You're gonna love them. I'm telling you, they're all good. Good, good, good. So how long? Okay. Jacqueline said she just joined. Jacqueline, I work for Pink Zebra Home here in Sugar Land, our corporate office, but I have been a part of the family for 12 years. So we just celebrated 14 years in September as a company. So we are so happy that you are here, by the way. All right. So this is really pretty. We're going a little bit heavier on Winter Woods because I just wanted to. All right. So you got Winter Log Cabin, Aspen Pine, Fireside Vanilla, and Winter Woods. Very, very pretty. The boxes went live at 10. Okay. Trust me, they're really good. You want to go grab you some of those. That's a really good deal on some really, really, really great Pink Zebra products. $60 value, right? So don't sleep on those. I'm telling you. They won't last long. When those sell out, they sell out. But this, yes. Winter Log Cabin, Aspen Pine, Fireside Vanilla, and Winter Woods. Yes, please. That was a good one, too. All right. We're going to leave out Fireside Vanilla. And then I'm going to pull in, this is going to be another probably fallish, wintry mixes. I was in that mood, I guess, today. Even though it's 92 degrees outside, I'm still adjusting to having no fall. I love fall. And, you know, for those of you that don't know, I moved in from Illinois. And we experienced true fall in Illinois. That means... you know, a high of 60 degrees, you know, gorgeous, beautiful, you know, fall. Okay. I'm not mad about not having fall, but I miss it a little bit. And so some of these recipes are definitely, they bring on all the fall vibes. Okay. Oh, thank you, Jacqueline. It's 54. See, I would love that. 54? Heck yes. Oh my goodness. I like, that's what, oh gosh, I love flannel blanket. Okay, flannel fireside is this next one I'm going to give you. Flannel blanket. This is my favorite. This and pumpkin bread, 2 of my fall favorites. Those are my must-haves for fall, okay? Flannel blanket. I feel like I say that every live, but I really want you guys to get the point. Hi, Lisa. I love it that you joined. Welcome. Cinnamon spice, okay? And then fireside vanilla is our bourbon fragrance. This is gorgeous. Flannel fireside. This is a very, very pretty fragrance. This is going to give you comfort of the sandalwood, the amber, the bourbon, the vanilla, and then it's cinnamon. Okay, so this is just definitely fantastic. It's so nice. I wish I lived here. Yeah. Hi, Sam. You order the mystery box. You'll love it. It's really good. It's definitely really good. 72 and 70 degrees. Thank you, Diana. It's a dress. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let me see here. I just want to see if y'all are ordering up on those mystery boxes. I am going to tell you, this is your little bird. I would be that person that I promise. The pumpkin one's amazing. I promise. Okay? You can say, Beth said, order the pumpkin one. And Beth said, I see, Sam, you're taking my suggestion. You like the amber and oak too. I love it. Love it, love it. That's a really good one though. That amber and oak, whew. We'll do some more blends with that one tomorrow. Definitely. You just mixed the 3 favorite fall. Yay! Ooh, Green Bay sounds delightful. 69 degrees. Yes, that is the perfect fall weather. I definitely love it. We're supposed to have lows around 68 degrees this weekend. Isn't that comical? Lows around 68 degrees, not highs. And so that's going to be cool for us, Houstonians, or whatever it is that they call us. The pumpkin box and the tricks and treat box, so excited. Yay, good. What is it for the panhandle? 71 in the panhandle. It is not 71 in Houston. This is fantastic. That was really emphasized. Fantastic. All right, flannel blanket, fireside vanilla. I want to go another flannel blanket, another fireside vanilla. This is wonderful. But I'm mixing this for my nose. I do like cinnamon, but sometimes I like a little less because I feel like it goes a long way. No. So I just did a little heavier on the flannel blanket and the fireside vanilla. If you love heavy cinnamon, totally rock it out. I just think this is perfection. Yeah. So I would say probably 3 scoops, no more, of the cinnamon. And then do probably like 4 and 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. Did I have my math right? You can do 5, 4, 9, 10, yeah. 5, 4, and 3 is probably what I did. I think I did heavier on the flannel blanket because this is my favorite. But I just totally mixed them as I feel deemed appropriate. That's incredible. That's really good. Flannel fireside. So flannel blanket, cinnamon, spice, and fireside vanilla. Write that down. And thank me later, because that's a good one. Somebody's going to get this in their package. If you are ordering, yes, flannel blanket, cinnamon, spice, and fireside vanilla. All right, we're going to leave out this. I dug deep on this one. All right, if you hung out with me when I was in the field, you're going to remember this next blend, okay? All right. I self-confess I am a lover of Yellowstone. Yellowstone is my show. Okay, I love it, love it, love it. And this fragrance right here, Manly Man, is one of the fragrances. This is a 2-bag recipe, right? And I call this R.I.P. Okay, you get what I'm putting down? R.I.P. This is a 2-fragrance recipe, and it's fantastic. Yes, she says, I was one of your girls. What? Who is that? Who's talking to me? Emily! That's fantastic! I love it. How are you? I'm so glad you did. Hi, Andy. Yes, Andy remembers this. Yes. All right, so I'm giving you one. R.I.P. is Manly Man. Yellowstone is your jam. Well, then you need to make this. This is called R.I.P. I don't know. I mean, technically I could name it that, but I don't want to do any, I don't want to get in trouble. So we're going to do R.I. You get it, what I'm putting down. Okay. All right. This smells like the really good smelling man. I envision this is what he would smell like. Teresa says, I remember this one too. Yes. I had a whole lineup. Some of those though, Yellowstone blends, because I did all kinds. I had a Beth blend, okay, named after me. We're not the same person. You know what I'm saying, though. I had a Beth blend. I had a Casey blend. We're talking the show now. I had a Yellowstone Ranch blend. I had, what else I have? I had another one. I had John Dutton. So this is R.I.P. Okay. Hey, Heather. Yes, I love you some Rip too, definitely. Very, very pretty. This is about as simple as it gets. 2 fragrances. There's no right or wrong. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you have done this blend and named it something else. I just called it that because I felt like it's a perfect man fragrance. It really, the Manly Man and the Fireside Vanilla really complement each other. This is like, I want you to think the Beth, that Beth blend was fire. That had summer romance in it. I know that was one of them. And a Pure Grace, and it had an edgy fragrance. Gosh darn it. I wish I never wrote them down, Teresa. The last blend that I did was Flannel Fireside. Flannel Blanket, Cinnamon Spice, and Fireside Vanilla. Yeah, this is R.I.P. That's this one, okay? So yeah, that Beth blend, it had summer romance. And I know it had a little bit of Pure Grace. I want to say one of them had Amber Vanilla. Yeah, I know. You know what? I don't... the problem is a lot of those fragrances, they are not around anymore. There was Countryside Comfort, I know, is one that I used to use in a lot of those blends. And then of course, Aspen Pine for the Yellowstone Ranch one. I could probably recreate a Yellowstone Ranch. That wouldn't be very hard. Hi, Lisa. What are you doing? We are talking everything Yellowstone up in here, Lisa. I just gave them a R.I.Rip P blend. You get my drift. Okie dokie. So yeah, I think that we could definitely come up with Yellowstone. That would not be hard at all. We could do it. I just have to probably not do it on the spot. All right. What's up? Give me some Rip. Okay. Manly Man and Fireside Vanilla. It's a man in a bag. Okay. That's all I got. I mean, there's not going to be a horse or anything like that. You challenged me to recreate the Yellowstone blends. How many sprinkles can you blend? That is $1 million question. Okay. So the fall confetti, do yourself a favor. And if you've not got a hold of that fall confetti blend, I kind of love it. It's really good. It's Everything Bakery. I think it has 8 or 9 fragrances in it. I think the most that I've ever done has been 9. 9 fragrances in a bag. And actually, maybe do a Meek Bees. Yeah, I could, Sam. That's why I'm in Wyoming now. You love, oh, that's funny. Wyoming is beautiful, though. Definitely beautiful. All right, I'm going to give you guys Christmas Cabin. So, again, just bear with me. I was feeling the Christmas vibes today. And then the last one that I have for you is called Slice of Autumn, which is another pretty one. So, Christmas Cabin is your last blend that actually has... we should have a little bit of time today. I could probably run into my office and grab some more bags if you guys still want to blend, because I've got time. Fireside Vanilla. And then Holiday Home. Amazing. Okay, this is your pine, sandalwood, and cinnamon. And then I'm going to throw in some winter woods. So this is called Christmas Cabin. Again, this is going to have that bourbon smell because it's got Fireside Vanilla in it. It's gorgeous. Oh, I bet it is. I bet it's pretty out there. Yes, yes, yes. And there's no right or wrong when it comes to blending. You know, we make the rules. So it's like as you are, getting used to and really, and I haven't seen anyone, hashtag newbie. If you are new up in here and you've never, oh, I love it, Chris. If you've never tuned in with us before, definitely let us know. We love to connect with you guys. Chris said she took her bag of fall confetti to work and her neighbor came over and took it. See? It's so good. Hi, Jackie. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay. So, Holiday Home, another fragrance that started out as a Paisley pick. That good. Do it. It's wonderful. Buy it. So, so, so pretty. Used to have somebody that would use that all year round. She loved it that much. So, I mean, I think it smells Christmassy, but you know, to each their own, I guess, on that. If you're just somebody that likes a lot of cinnamon and the sandalwood and the smell of Christmas, that would be right up your alley. Okay, I might have to go get some more Fireside Vanilla. It's a good thing that my office is right in there. All right, we're gonna go a couple more Holiday Home, and then I'm gonna go a few of the Winter Woods. So this is called Christmas Cabin. How do you know what sprinkles to blend? That is a wonderful question. All right, so you know what? There's really no method. That was a sprinkle. There's no method. There's no right or wrong. What I do to give you guys some guidance is when I get started, I used to think, like, obviously I want you to think about your senses. Let's start with like gourmand fragrances and gourmand blends. Think about things that you like to smell, right? So things that, and yeah, notes are a great way to pair them up, but like, okay, so let's say I want to make a coffee smell, right? A coffee fragrance. I know I'm going to have a coffee, like a said coffee starter point. So I would go to espresso martini. That's a coffee fragrance. It has coffee notes. And then you got to say, all right, for me, this is how I do it. I mean, maybe somebody else will do it. What do I like to drink in my coffee? Because I'm probably going to like to smell it. So then I'm like, I love vanilla. I love caramel. And I like mocha. Okay. I also like peppermint, right? I do pumpkin. So you see, it's like, okay, so then can I pair up? And then it's just kind of trial and error. That's how I do with my gourmand scents. With some of the more complex scents, a really great way Mia has you covered is to go and off of the fragrance notes. Anything that has, like, for example, the two of these, let's just take these for sure. All right, I'm going to show you. So this fragrance is Winter Woods, right? So your Winter Woods has amber, cedarwood, and sandalwood, okay? And then you have Holiday Home, right? And both of these are seasonal fragrances. So there's a good chance they're going to blend together anyways. That's pretty safe. But you have pine, sandalwood, vanilla, and cinnamon. So you have a common denominator is the sandalwood that's in both of those. And then you're like, if you're like me, I'm like, well, they're both Christmas fragrances. I like both of them. I smell both of them at Christmas. That's kind of the easiest way. It looks like Paisley is coming in clutch with the Fall Confetti 2.0 blend. So if you are not following, and they're commenting everywhere. Thank you, Paisley. Paisley's fantastic. You take me into a pumpkin. Yes, I know. I love pumpkin too. Man, I talked you into a pumpkin box. Well, you'll love it. It's definitely that good. If you are looking for the recipe for Fall Confetti, Paisley has you covered. Looks like on the FB platform and then on the website too. That's where you could go. To give you an idea, I think that there are 8 fragrances in that recipe. If you ordered those 8 bags, then you would also have 8 separate scents. All of those fragrances are fantastic by themselves. And you get free shipping. How about that? So if you added a bag of each of those, I mean, I'd add a carton because I'm extra, but if you add a bag, then you know that you're going to have 8 separate fragrances to use. And a lot of those fragrances, I've been blending with those today. Really good. Okay. So then you know that you've got it. Yeah. You know what? That's exactly what I'm here for. I talked you into it. Okay. You won't be sorry. It's a good box. It is a good one. Definitely. And then, those are while supplies last. So if you get a pumpkin box, try it. All right. Slice of Autumn. Whew, how intriguing is that? All right. Slice of Autumn. Like I said, I did a deep dive into my VIP group, my old archived, from when I was in the field, because I thought to myself, why would I not give you guys all my goods? So I'm giving you my goods, right? So you want my goods? I'm going to give you the goods. Like old recipes, but still good ones. Some of them I had to actually tweak a little bit, I'll confess, because the fragrances. However, we're going to use them as inspiration. That's what we'll call it. I just wish that I had all of my Yellowstone lineup, but I just don't. But I'll see what I can do. All right, candied cinnamon apple. You can use it now, okay? Because it has a fall vibe. It definitely has a Christmas vibe. This is fantastic. Fantastic, right? Fantastic. Candied cinnamon apple. You have spiced apple, warm cinnamon with some caramelized sugar. It's perfection. And we are going to blend in a little. This is a really awesome blend. Apple pumpkin butter. Bizarre, I know, but good. Trust me on this one. Which one did you mix, Margot? Did you mix the fall confetti? All right, Brittany says, I'm excited about ordering the mystery boxes. Yes, they're very good. It's a very good deal. It is. The pumpkin one, like I said, that's my favorite. Trust me. Go get you some. I might have a bag of Beth. Oh, okay, Andy. I don't know if I wrote, though, what I put in it. I don't think I did. That's the only thing. I wish that I had, like, all of that. You just ordered, Barb, awesome. Barb totally just took a leap and got 6 months of Scent Flirt, which means she's getting that sand simmer pot. How about that? I wonder how many of those we have left. Because when I checked before I hopped on, there were not very many. I'm just saying. Don't snooze on that. That's a good deal. Scent Flirt is really good, this stuff. You're addicted to caramel apple cider? Ooh, okay. So yeah, so back to how I blend. So, Margot made the fall confetti. Okay. Shannon, have you made the fall confetti yet? Definitely. Have you made it? I'm curious. This is so good. Okay, so what I think I love about this one is that, don't you love it how my voice gets softer when I want to get serious? Apple pumpkin butter. This is like a buttery spicy apple. Does that even make sense? This smells so wonderful. Lush Getaway is the blend I would love the recipe for. Lush Getaway. Sam? Let me see if I can do some snooping. I wish I knew that one. What am I making? So Belle, we are mixing sprinkles up in here. I have Slice of Autumn. This has apple pumpkin butter and candied cinnamon apple. This is a 2 fragrance recipe. I love the 2 of these together because, like I said, this is like a buttery, spicy apple, almost like a dessert. Definitely. I'm already with Pink Zebra Scent Flirt. Do I need to cancel? Rockin' Robin, you can order another subscription. Yes. I do not have the answer to that direct question, but I do know that you can have more than one. So, that you get, all right, hold tight just a second. Gail, let me make sure, I see Gail's question. I want to make sure I'm not missing out. Gail, I see part of your question. Are you asking about what simmer pot it is that you actually get? Making it soon, taking it to do it. It's good. Shannon, I would make a big bucket of that and have that, have people be able to like see all the different colors. That'd be really fun, intriguing, like in the front of your booth. Okay, so it's actually the sand simmer pot is the simmer pot. I'll go grab it so you guys can see it because I don't think that it's gonna last long. That's scary. Slice of Autumn. Do yourself a favor. Make this one. Apple pumpkin butter and candied cinnamon apple. The power of suggestion, my friends. It is. All right, I'm going to go get this sand simmer pot. I'm going to show you. Okay, fun facts here. Fun facts. The sand simmer pot was what I would call a reorder, okay? Came out probably... I don't know if it was out when I joined Pink Zebra. I don't even remember. Do you remember, Shannon? Teresa? Yes, you just mix a big bowl of it. That's exactly what I would do. For those of you, it is pretty. This one is prettier than the original. That's where I was going with that thought. This is a way prettier. Look at how gorgeous that is. So it's just got it's a nice neutral. And then I feel like it's just a little bit more vibrant. So you've got kind of tans. Like you can see along the edges of that. It's just really pretty. It's a nice neutral simmer pot. And here at Pink Zebra Home, we have 2 different warmers. We have simmer pot, and then we have, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna swap this out and then I'm gonna show you a simmering light. I'm not gonna make a mess. Okay, simmering light. Okay, so the simmering light heats with a light bulb. Simmer pot heats with a hot plate. They're both fantastic. They both work. It's personal preference, right? If you join Scent Flirt right now, and I don't know, I love this one too. Yeah, I think it's prettier than the original. I do too. And you get it for free. Yes. Okay. I was thinking that we had it back in 13. Oh my goodness. I just celebrated 12 years. It's crazy. 2013, we had this, but it was a different colored simmer pot. It was still the sand simmer pot. But it's a basic simmer pot. You got a hot plate here, and then it actually, whenever it's on, it's going to light up this light red. But when you join ScentFlirt, which is our amazing subscription program with your consultant, you're going to get this for free if you do the 6 month. And all right, if you do anything today at all, and you want to take my suggestions, take it or leave it, do ScentFlirt. Do yourself a favor because it's fantastic. How did you get started with Pink Zebra 12 years ago? Sandra, I stumbled across Pink Zebra at a home party. My neighbor was selling and she wasn't selling. She had a young lady that was going to do a home party. You know, home parties are definitely still a thing. They're fun. And she invited me over. And I, at the time, had a 6-month-old and a 4.5-year-old. So what I heard was, get away for an evening with some friends, is what I heard. I didn't hear anything else but leave your kids at home and come over and hang out with me. That's what I heard, right? I didn't know anything about Pink Zebra. And I walked in and fell in love with it. That's really basically what it boils down to, because it was something like I had never experienced before. It was an amazing product. It's based, from a soybean, made from a soybean. It is definitely everything and then some. And I can tell you that if you've ever considered joining, I'm going to tell you to do it right now. Do it. Okay. Best decision I ever made. We talk about it every year when my anniversary comes around of being with Pink Zebra. My husband and I giggle because I hadn't even taken the initiative to do any of this ever I wasn't even a Girl Scout, right? I didn't sell cookies. I didn't do anything, right? Pink Zebra's the only thing. I waited tables, and but that's not really, whatever. But I hadn't sold anything. And so he said, if you're, you can do this, right? I mean, truth be told, I was going to anyways. That's our relationship. But I just, power suggestion. I said, I'm going to join this company. And I just wanted to let you know. And he was like, whatever you do, don't, basically don't put us in the hole over candle wax. And here we are. So definitely changed my life completely. And that was 12 years ago on Saturday that I did that I took the leap. It is amazing. Yes. And my youngest child was 6 months old. So, he was just a little guy. So this is all that he knows is home fragrance. We've only had Pink Zebra since he's ever known. I have videos of him when he was little. And I know a lot of you have been around a long time too and can, attest to that. It's just definitely, if you're thinking about the opportunity and if you have questions on that, shoot them my way. If you don't have a consultant, we can hook you up with one. Definitely, all you got to do is ask, and I do, Maria, I have a long, journey. I hadn't been a part of anything like this. I'd never been a part of a direct selling company ever. It was just something new that I joined, I did on a whim and decided I was going to take a leap. And, I didn't even know that we had conferences. Like we had all these things that I needed to do. And, I was genuinely doing like what I'm doing with you guys, talking about how you can blend these and you can make something smell like Rip from Yellowstone, or you can, customize your own fragrance. If you put this in your warmer, like this, if I join ScentFlirt and I get this for free, and I put this in my warmer, it's going to make my house smell amazing. And the best part about the company and all of the products is that they're safe. So if you're somebody that truly, that is something that is important to you. Here at my house, we have 2 English bulldogs. They're not only safe for my kids, they're safe for my fur children too. All of our products. And we have an extended, category of all kinds of stuff, right? If you haven't checked out we have pet products. Mind you, we have an older dog, okay? And if you've not tried our pet stain remover, I was a little late getting here to work this morning because we had an accident on my new rug. I'm going to let go of that. My brand new rug, my nice new rug. I'm going to let go of that. But I used our pet stain remover so that I could remove the stain that he left. We have products though, basically any of your spaces. I always talk about this on PZTV. we can fragrance, and we fragrance it well, and we fragrance it, very, not only does it smell amazing, it's safe. And that's the Pink Zebra promise, is that what you're putting into your environment, wherever you want to fragrance, it definitely is safe for your spaces, and it's going to work. I love that. It's your very first company. I love it, Alexa. Definitely. It is a wonderful company. Yes, it definitely is. It's very, very good. What was in Rip? Rip was Manly Man and Fireside Vanilla was that. So definitely a one-stop shop. Yep, that's what we say. Yeah, one-stop shop for all your home fragrance needs, basically. Any of your spaces, we can fragrance it. And, we've got some beautiful pieces too. And I think that was, I started off falling in love. I purchased 3 bags of sprinkles because I loved them all. I purchased one that was called Ooey Gooey Caramel, okay? Caramel Cauldron really tugs at my heartstrings because it reminds me of that. Warm Apple Pie and Farmhouse Cider. Those 3 fragrances were the very first 3 I purchased. I fell in love with it in person. Now, I hadn't used it yet, right? I just smelled what she had available. And then, it's so funny how it unfolded, because when I took, when it came in, I went home and I told my husband, I said, I really liked what I just saw. Like, it smelled really good. It was awesome. It came in, I used it, and it was that day, the first day that I used it. And I said, I think I want to do this. Like, I think I want to, share. I'm going to share this. I'm going to try it. At least we could just earn, we had little kids, a kid in diapers, and, basically make enough to pay for my diapers or whatever, or buy my sprinkles. And here we are. It's definitely just completely changed my life. But yeah, we joke about that because I didn't even know at the time. I said, I think I'm gonna call that girl, and I said, I think I'm gonna ask her if I can I'll just sign up. Like, is that how this works? My husband's like, I don't know. He's like, you're asking the wrong person. And I said, yes, your first time in direct sales. Yeah. Yes. Loving the products. Definitely. One of your older Cavaliers has a rough skin, and I use the pet shampoo from Pink Zebra, and it's now not so dry, and she looks forward to her bath. I love that, Shelly. I love that. Yes. So many testimonials, but it was really comical. And he said, I don't know. And so finally I said, well, I'm just going to get on the website and I'm just going to do it. So then I called her after I joined. I said, hey, I think that I just joined Pink Zebra. And she was kind of like, really? And I'm like, yeah, like I did. Like, I called her, and then that's like really all we said. And then, it was like, I just basically just continued to talk about my love for these products, because it's real. And if you are new and you've not experienced them, I would encourage you to give us a follow. Definitely connect with us. We have an amazing crew. We have an amazing crew of consultants out there that would be happy to help you if you are brand new to us. Definitely #newbie. Let us know. Let's connect you. If anything that I've said today has resonated with you, we are happy to answer your questions. Definitely reach out to Pink Zebra Home on social, whatever social you're following us across. I will be live tomorrow, probably talking about the fact that we have Cashmere Cedar coming on a Vault Show. What? I just let a cat out of the bag. Cashmere Cedar, woo! Okay, definitely. Yes, we all have a story. We definitely all have a story, and I can talk about it all the time because it definitely is. It's definitely interesting, and I think it was just definitely meant to be. What's the name of the one? Flannel Blanket, Cinnamon Spice, and Fireside Vanilla. That one I called, hold tight, and I'll tell you. Flannel Fireside. Flannel Blanket, Cinnamon Spice, and Fireside Vanilla. Yep, Paisley, I just let a cat out of the bag. Paisley sees my comment. All right, so tomorrow we'll get on. We'll talk about the Vault Show and have us a good little live. I'm going to give you guys some more blends. Maybe I'll try to come up with some different ones. We had an incredible lineup from Tuesday's PZTV, so maybe we'll make some of those in case you missed that. And I will, yes, lots of excitement. Surprise! We'll be live then. Sound good, my friends? Wall hugs soon, okay? I would say before the end of the week, fingers crossed. Okay, I asked about those this morning. So, all right, guys, I'm going to hop off of here, and I'm going to let you go. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for being the best part of my job. You put in your warmers, Cinnamon Spice, and Fall Harvest. Woo! Thank you, my friends. Have a good day. Bye-bye.